Hello everyone. Here's my project for the Head Start evaluation that I designed and am ready to conduct on the Head Start program in elementary school in Broward County, Florida. In case you're not familiar with Head Start, it began in 1965 as part of Lyndon B. Johnson's War on Poverty. It was initially an 8-week summer program, and over the years it has expanded, and as of 2009, there were 64,000 new slots for Head Start and early Head Start programs in all 50 states in the United States. If you don't know much about Head Start, this is the framework it operates under. It's research-based, it's age-appropriate and imperative to school readiness, comprehensive, includes all behaviors and concepts needed for kindergarten success, inclusive, effective instruction for all students regardless of culture, language, background, or disability, manageable, reasonable number of objectives to focus on and effectively implement, and measurable, observable skills, behaviors, and concepts. Some guiding principles of Head Start. Each child is unique and can succeed. Learning occurs within the context of relationships. Families and children's first and most important caregivers, teachers, and advocates. Children learn best when they're physically and emotionally safe and secure. Areas of development are integrated and children learn many concepts and skills at the same time. Teaching must be intentional and focused on how children learn and grow. Every child has diverse strengths rooted in their family's culture, background, languages, and beliefs. It's under these guiding principles that every Head Start program operates. Now, the Head Start learning objectives are broken down into domains, subdomains, and goals. Domains are broad areas of early learning and development. They include approaches to learning, social and emotional development, language and literacy, cognition, perceptual, motor, and physical development. Subdomains are categories of development within a domain. An example, the domain is approaches to learning. A subdomain is emotional and behavioral self-regulation. Underneath subdomains, there are goals. Goals are described as broad behaviors and concepts within a subdomain. Following this example, the emotional and behavioral self-regulation subdomain would include the goal of children manage emotions with increasing independence. After goals, there are developmental progressions, which describe the skills, behaviors, and concepts that children will use as they progress toward a given goal within an age period. An example of mental progression would be manages less intense emotions such as mild frustration independently. Indicators. These are underneath developmental progressions. These are identified for each goal at 36 months and 60 months of age. They describe specific observable skills, behaviors, and concepts that children should know at the end of Head Start. Following our same example, the indicator for this particular developmental progression would be expresses emotions in ways that are appropriate to the situation. Head Start. Now, my evaluation main question is, does the curriculum for Head Start selected by Broward County serve the instructional needs of students in the program based on students reaching school readiness in literacy, math, and science in the 2017-2018 school year? Some of my sub-questions. How are the lessons delivered to students in the classroom? How is feedback provided to students and how often? How do teachers feel about implementation of the lessons that are part of the curriculum? What are teacher attitudes toward the curriculum? What supplementary materials are incorporated into the lessons? These questions are very important, as teachers' attitudes toward curriculum can greatly affect their ability to teach the curriculum to the class at hand. Sample overview. My chosen location was Quiet Waters Elementary School, which is located in Deerfield Beach, Florida. The average household income for this area is $43,794. More than half the school's population is eligible for free and reduced price lunch. The ethnic distribution is as follows: 38% Hispanic, 36% white, 20% black, 3% two races, and 1% American Indian. 55% of the student body is proficient in math, and 49% are proficient in language arts reading. Now, the reason I chose to focus on this particular Head Start classroom is because of the class scores this Broward County obtained. Class is an observation that's used in the Head Start program to determine how well the Head Start program is being implemented in the classroom. It evaluates 3 different domains, which are emotional support, classroom organization, and instructional support. Each of these domains is scored on a scale of 1 to 7. In Broward County, in the emotional support domain, schools received a 5.61 score, and in classroom organization, a 5.55 score. Both of these are within the mid-range scores. In instructional support, we received a score of 2.65, which is low. My evaluation is tailored to get to the root of why this score is so low. Evaluation methods. My purpose. to determine if the lessons conducted in the classroom setting are adequate to meet the instructional objectives laid out by the Head Start organization and the state of Florida. My evaluation is both formative and summative. The processes of the teaching of the curriculum will be assessed. The goal is to make curriculum recommendations based on student test scores will be obtained at the end of the school year that show whether educational objectives were met. The evaluation is program-oriented and quasi-experimental. We're looking for objectives to be obtained over the course of the school year. Data collection. My data collection methods consist of pre- and post-test scores of students on the Devereux Early Childhood Assessment, Literacy Assessment for Letters, Sounds, and Concepts of Print, and a Phonological Awareness Assessment. An attitude scale will be administered at the beginning and end of the school year to assess teacher attitudes toward the curriculum. The survey will be conducted electronically via SurveyMonkey. During the course of the school year, each teacher will be observed during 3 reading lessons, 3 science lessons, and 3 math lessons. During the course of each lesson observation, a member of the evaluation staff will complete an observation checklist comparing the lesson presentation to the lesson that the teacher has previously provided to the evaluation staff. After each lesson observation, the teacher will be interviewed by the evaluation staff regarding the delivery of the lesson. Now, during the course of the observations, we'll be asking questions of the teachers and looking for how the lessons that are given to the teachers are implemented in the classroom, what changes they make, why they make the changes they make, and how those changes affect the learning of students. Data analysis techniques. My quantitative data are student test scores, which will be analyzed using descriptive statistics to determine the average score of each classroom and the overall scores of the entire group of students in the subject areas of literacy, math, and science. The standard deviation will be calculated as well. Another piece of my quantitative data is at the attitude scale. The mean score of each question and frequency of each answer will be calculated. For my qualitative data will be the observation checklist and the interview. Careful notes will be recorded by each observer using the checklist, and each post-lesson interview will be taped. The next step in data analysis will be to put the quantitative and qualitative data from the observation checklist and interviews to paint a picture of each classroom. We will look for how teacher attitude toward the curriculum affected the implementation of the curriculum. Evaluation reporting. An initial report regarding student scores on the pre-test will be shared by the end of October 2017. The initial attitude scale will be conducted at the same time, but the results will not be shared until the first drafts of the report come out in July 2018. The observations and interviews will be conducted October 2017 through May 2018. Each month, a brief overview of notes will be shared with the principal and assistant principal in the district Head Start office. When student post-test scores are aggregated and initial analysis has been done, an overview will be shared with relevant stakeholders. The final report will be prepared and be disseminated via email in July 2018. Before the report is sent to all stakeholders, it will be shared with teachers for review. After the initial email dissemination, a meeting will be conducted with the principal, assistant principal, and district Head Start office for final discussion and recommendations. In this meeting, the stakeholders will decide if the curriculum is providing teachers with enough materials and support to produce the desired learning objectives attained in the student body. Some limitations of my study. The main evaluation limitation is sample size. The study only includes 3 classrooms, which amounts to 3 teachers and 45 students. If this evaluation shows the curriculum to be inferior at this location, the scope of the evaluation would widen in the following school year to include more locations. Another limitation is not being able to have a true experimental design. If there is another curriculum being considered, we could do an experimental design with the Head Start curriculum, traditional VPK curriculum, and a new option that would require a much larger sample size and random assignment to be most effective. So that's an overview of my Head Start program and my evaluation design.